Jeff Slauson here from 19 News Now at the 19 News Digital Desk, going to be bringing you live right now to a candlelit vigil in honor of Officer Derbin, the man who was shot and killed this past weekend. The Euclid police holding this candlelit vigil outside of the police department. Let's take you now live.
Prayers for those who have loved him most dearly and known him most nearly, who will miss him most profoundly. For his family and friends, and for his community of colleagues. Prayers of protection for those who remain in harm's way and for those who run toward danger. Prayers for those who carry old wounds of trauma or fear. Prayers for those whose grief has been eclipsed. Prayers for an end to the scourge of gun violence. Prayers for those who would do harm, that they may find a better way, and for those who have committed harm, that they may repent and be forgiven. And prayers for ourselves, for the healing of this city, that our hearts may not be hardened by this act of violence, but that we may remain open to being instruments of your peace, moved by your mercy, that we may continue to create a community worthy of the sacrifice of love. Even as the shadows lengthen, Lord of life, let light perpetual shine upon Jacob, and may he, with all of the departed whom you love, through your mercy, rest in peace. Amen.
So if there's anyone here that would like to share anything about Jacob, you're more than welcome to come up and say anything. Other than that, you can hang out and talk amongst yourselves, or whatever you choose to do. But we would like to thank you for coming out here and sharing this with us and showing your support for our police department and showing your respect to Jacob. And that's pretty much all I have to say. So thank you all very, very much from the bottom of my heart for being in here.
I also just want to say thank you for the support. For everybody, we just need to come as one and support one another, and we just need to figure out something to help them. They can't do everything. Just keep the prayers for everybody. Thank you. Thank you for coming, everybody. It means a lot.
Good evening, everyone. My name is John Keeney. I live on the west side of Cleveland, and I was down at Atlas Theater as the shooting occurred, and I was driving home, and I noticed whole sections of street down the street there were shut down. They were cordoned off by the police cars. And I wanted to know what was going on, so I turned on the scanner, I turned on Facebook and Twitter, and I found out what was going on. And so I woke up Sunday morning. I went to work, and after I came home from work, I called Euclid PD to see if there were any plans for a candlelight vigil, or if there was a gathering planned outside of the PD here. And Euclid PD said that there wasn't anything planned at that time, and they would post something on Facebook the following morning. Keep your eye on Facebook or Twitter. I woke up, nothing had been posted. I waited till early afternoon, nothing had been posted. So around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, yesterday, I called again, and they again said nothing had been planned. I am on the autism spectrum. I'm ready to jump out of my skin this time. And so with autism, I have a lack of patience. I am not a very patient person. And so I took it upon myself to ask anyone yesterday afternoon, if I'm going to be out in front of the police station. I'm going to have my flags, my Humanize the Badge t-shirt, and my candle. And if anyone would like to join me, feel free. Come one, come all. I don't care who you are. And one gentleman lives down the street over there. He walked over, he shook my hand and said, "Thank you for what you're doing," and he walked back home. And so he said that he had seen that on Facebook. And so I went home kind of disappointed and learned on Facebook that there were other events planned downtown, the Caz Parade, and then there was a memorial outside the Justice Center. And so I kind of regrouped my thoughts and thought, well, I'm going to post again on Facebook, see what everyone else thinks. I posted on Facebook, and I call them my cohorts, Kimmy and Patty. They decided to jump in and kind of make it more publicized. I was just looking for people to join me. Patty and Kimmy both got the candles donated from Our Lady of Lourdes, and they got the news cameras to come here. All I did was say, I want to have a group of people join me with candles and join me outside in the front of the police department, and they really thought it was a good idea, I guess. I was hoping for 50, 100 people. The longer I looked at Facebook, people were commenting, I'll be there, I'm hoping to be there. I'm thinking to myself, this might be more than 200. We're going to run out of candles. I don't know where we're at this point. But the reason I started this was because the apparent, I'm not saying it's definite, but the apparent lack of motivation to organize something. And so I took it upon myself to do it myself. And it turned into this. And it wouldn't have been this successful had it not been for Patty and Kimmy. Sorry, I'm still learning their names. And the violence needs to end. These men and women in blue and firefighters, paramedics, they do their 9 to 5 every single day, and they don't know if they're going to come home. The violence needs to end. People need to be respectful. We need to come together. We need to leave each other alone. Just do our jobs and go home at the end of the day. And I'm hoping that this is a reminder that we're all human. I want everyone to just get along. And I'm trying not to get emotional, but yeah, I appreciate everyone coming out. Thank you for supporting me in this. Thank you for supporting my cohorts, Tammy and Kimmy, or Patty and Timmy, sorry.
Yes, my name's Danny. I'm a proud resident of Euclid in Ward 5. My family lives here, like most of you, and I like walking my dog and meeting and talking with everybody. I like getting to know everybody. This year I took the Citizens Police Academy, and it was interesting. I wanted to get to know our defenders a lot better. You know, I know some of the firemen. I want to know what was going on here, and it was an eye-opener. I met Officer Derbin once, and it was on my ride-along, and I was with someone that actually got sworn in with him. That was who I was with, and there was a fatality crash on 260th, and we were just standing around as the firemen, the police, working together to try to save a gentleman's life. It was the most amazing thing, how they came together and operated as one. It was completely amazing. And as we were waiting for everything to go on, I was with the officer I was with and Officer Derbin, and we just talked for like an hour and a half about how there was a lack of places to eat in Euclid for the night shift, and how they had to wait till the morning to have stuff open up. And it was such a human conversation to have. And you know, I want to thank John and everybody for organizing this. I want to thank all of you for showing up. We need to talk to each other more. This is your neighbors. This is your community. We are the city of Euclid. I want to thank the families of the officers in the fire department, because they take the people that are most special to them and they loan them to us for our protection. I mean, these families send the most precious people in their family to look out for us. I can't thank them enough. I can't thank you enough. And thank you so much. And I love you all.
Thank you. Yes. Woo! Thank you, man. Thank you.
Anybody else wants to say anything, please do. There you go.
Hi, my name is Marion Kravner. My husband and I have lived in Euclid. It'll be coming on 29 years. We have friends and stuff always saying us, oh, where have you moved since then? And we're like, we're still in Euclid. We bought the lot behind us, knocked down the house, and doubled the size of our house because we love the city so much. So I never met Officer Derbin, but when I saw his picture, I remember seeing last year the picture of him and the rest of the rookies that had started out when they had been sworn in. And I remember the day I saw it on Facebook because I'm always on Facebook. I'm the exact opposite of my husband. You send him a message and he'll get back to you in a year, and you send me one and like 3 seconds later it's back at you. But I want to say, we really love our city, and I tell everybody, there's nothing like our police force. We are so fortunate to have them. They are truly the best in Northeast Ohio.
Yeah.
Our fire too, our fire department too, but our police, there's nothing like them. They are the best, and we really appreciate what they do for us every day. And I'm really sorry that Officer Derbin lost his life protecting ours. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please come forward.
My name is Rose M. Allen. I'm a 2004 graduate of the Euclid Police Citizens Academy. So there's a bond with all the police officers in Euclid and elsewhere. I wrote on Facebook that Officer Derbin was the example of a peace officer. And my heart still breaks because he died being a peace officer, trying to serve and protect the family of the man who killed him. We live in a world where people seem to have lost respect for each other, and that has to change. Officer Derbin was a young man with a future, I believe, that would have made him a great officer throughout his life. Unfortunately, his life was cut short far too soon. The violence that is permeating our society and this country has to end. We cannot afford to lose any more young people with bright futures who can make a difference in this world and make it a much more peaceful world. I don't know how to eventually completely process this, but I think we have to look at each other, respect each other, reach out that we're one community, one country. We need to stop with the I'm a this, I'm a that, you are this or you are that, and you don't belong. We cannot survive if we do that. So I'm hoping that everybody will go home or go back to where they are currently living and remember, a life taken cannot be returned. And we cannot decide somebody makes us angry, we need to kill them. That has to stop. And Officer Derbin had a future with a fiance and looking forward to a bright life. And it is sad, extremely sad, that he will not have his future. So I'm asking everyone who can hear my voice, please stop and think before you take action that takes another person's life. Because once it's gone, you cannot get it back. And right now, all I can say is, I am confident that Officer Derbin will rest in the arms of the angels.
The reality is, our fire and our police have to go back to their jobs tonight. And I would like to invite them all up. Please come forward. Euclid Fire, Euclid Police, any of you that work in law enforcement, let us acknowledge you. Please, let us say thank you to you. You deserve it.
I also wanted to acknowledge the sacrifice and service of the 911 operators, too. While we're clapping, can we also give them a round of applause? Because they have to put up with this. They have to receive the radio calls for distress.
I just wanted to take a moment to thank all of you for being here. The comments that you've expressed. It's indescribable. I got to tell you, to be honest with you, the last thing I wanted to do was come out here tonight. It's been the longest week of my life, and I can't even compare that to what Officer Trousseau, Jacob's father, was going through with his mother and his fiancée are going through the loss that they're experiencing right now. There are a lot of kids here. I'm sure that a lot of you have children that didn't bring them on. The father, and I can't even imagine going down that dark road. Eric's not meant to bury their children. These great people behind me here, underneath the uniform, somebody's brother, somebody's sister, somebody's father, somebody's mother, aunt, uncle. maybe, well, I'm a grandfather, I guess. But we're people, and we're hurting right now. And I just wanted to say thank you. I'm so grateful for you coming here tonight, showing your support for the people here, the officers in Euclid, for our profession, for the firefighters, first responders. Thank you all very much.
The fire truck that just passed by in emergency response is just an example of how the job is not done. And I'm so proud of the team that I'm standing with today that are continuing to take care of their community as best they can in spite of their grief. It is people like you that help us continue on, and I really appreciate all of the kindnesses that are being brought to the station in emails, snail mails, the blessings, the waves on the street, and it is what our team needs in order to work through this grief. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so very kindly.
Another round of applause, please. Thank you, guys, for everything that you do. And thank you to your families for gifting you to us. I'm sure you guys gotta go. I hope you all stay, talk to each other, hug each other, be the community that we want you to be.
Get to know one another.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Definitely.
All right.
You. Know your neighbor.
Hi, neighbor.
All right, so that wraps up the vigil for Euclid Officer Derbin. This, of course, coming just days following the Euclid officer being shot and killed. Just an awful situation. Jacob Derbin was that officer again. Euclid officer slain Saturday night. He was 23 years old. The suspected gunman, Deshaun Vaughn, according to reports, ambushed him and opened fire. He was found dead in a Shaker Heights apartment building after there was a long standoff. Derbin was pronounced dead by medical officials. Now, what we do know is that there's going to be funeral details to come. The Candlelight Vigil that happened today, the funeral will be taking place. I want to make sure I'm not wrong on this. Oh, we don't have the date on there.
There it is. There it is. Okay. Right there. It didn't go, and you got your water too. Your water is.
So it will be Saturday. So this coming Saturday is going to be the vigil, or sorry, the funeral arrangements. So it's going to be a 10:45 arrival at the funeral home. The church is going to be St. Columba-Kill Church, and then the cemetery is St. Mary's Cemetery. Again, this is happening on Saturday. We'll have much more to come on this story and many others as this vigil starts to slowly wrap up. Of course, this story, the story of Jacob Derbin, will continue for us, very much so. For the next couple of weeks, we will be there, of course, at all the arrangements as well on Saturday. All right, and that, of course, will wrap up our coverage. We'll see you coming up on 19 News at 10 and 11. For that, I'm Jeff Sloss with 19 News. Have a great night. Much more to come, both on air and online.
19 News, now streaming on Sam's